Okay, sorry to interrupt you. Welcome back. Well, to stop him from whistling again, we do like that. Welcome. This is part 2 of my little stream today. So I began earlier today by playing the beginning of Space Quest 6, and now I'm going to play the rest of it. It's that simple. So, well, a quick little, what do you call it? Previously on Space Quest 6, I suppose. Roger Wilco here was set on shore leave with nothing much to do. He actually managed to find a hotel room, and right after he got kidnapped by some odd goons. And as he and his friend Stella Santiago was lurking about who those kidnappers were, they were assigned to Delta Burkle 5, Roger himself was said to clean Sharpay's room, and Sharpay is, well, she's the bad guy of the game. He tried to assault him with gas. He flooded her own room with gas with the Roger trapped inside. Stella managed to save him, but got trapped in there instead, and are now presumed dead. And we have just witnessed the funeral, and this is the Hollow Suite. And well, what can you do now? I guess we can only go and well, have a look around and see if anything happens. So let's return to my own quarters.
Looks like you have a message waiting for you.
Yeah, let's see what that is.
Wow, a message for me. I must be getting popular. I wonder what it is.
Roger, help me. I only have a moment. They faked.
Stellar, what happened? The picture's gone. You're alive?
Well, this we have to report. Let's go to the bridge. I have to tell the commander.
Commander Kilbasa, you're going to think I'm crazy, but I've just received a distress message on my compost. And it was from Stellar.
Wilco, have you been whiffing cleaning fluid again?
I'm absolutely as sane as I've ever been. She's being held on Delta Burkle by Sharpay.
Wilco, do you realize how irrational that sounds? We buried Stella. You were there. Maybe you need a rest. Take a couple of hours off.
Sir.
Wilco, we have our orders from StarCon and we'll be carrying them out. Drop it, Janitor. Leave the bridge now, Wilco. I've made my decision.
Well, maybe we need some time off.
It's your old non-organic friend, Circuit Sydney.
That's good. We need someone to talk to.
Hello, Roger. Please join me in consuming something.
Thanks, Sydney.
You seem uptight.
Say what? Upright? What are you talking about, Sydney?
Uptight was the word. Perhaps that is too archaic a reference for you. It would have been more effective to say that you seem concerned.
Oh, yeah. I do have a thing or two, well, at least something on my mind.
I am sorry to hear this. I hope your concerns are soon alleviated.
Thanks, Sid. I do have to come up with some solutions.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to find some way to leave this place. We need to go and save Stellar. So what do we have? The shuttle bay. Let's see if we can perhaps gain entrance to a ship.
That's Chesbro, one of the shuttle bay guards. Magnum Opus belongs to an elite StarCon fighting forces called the Flying Flingers, FF for short. A nice fatty donut. Magnum will probably scarf this down. After all, he needs to maintain his boyish Tubbo-Guts figure. This massive door leads to the shuttle bay. Since the shuttle bay is completely depressurized every time a shuttle lands or takes off, this door must be incredibly thick and impenetrable. Not unlike you.
Okay, so well, we're gonna need a 3-kappa sleeve to get through there. I could have done this at that room, but anyway, let's have a look at the database. Now we are supposed to find some specific info on an entity. So in the beginning, when you would have to read everyone to find it, but well, I know which one to read, so I'm gonna jump straight to it. But the rest are quite interesting reads as well, and some creatures from early games return. Let's see here. Oh, it was Vulgars. Vulgars. The Vulgars are a peaceful race of brilliant and logical thinkers whose only real joy in life is to stride around the galaxy with superior attitudes and correct other people's grammar and spelling. They also enjoy designing outer space strategy simulation games. This makes them nearly as insufferable as university academicians. I haven't heard that form before. Oh well, but not as well paid. Considering the placid and studious lifestyle, it's interesting to note that the Vulgars have developed an extremely practical martial arts technique called the Vulgar Nerve Pinch. This is a tactical/oral maneuver in which the pincher pinches the bundle of the nerve fibers at the base of the neck while whispering dialogue from either Tango and Cash or Hudson Hawk. You don't really have to see those movies to see how they are. I think, if I'm not mistaken, there are both movies with Kurt Russell in them from the 80s. Maybe 90s as well. Anyway, I have to see them. Continuing. This particular combination of stimuli results in a searing flash of pain and then unconsciousness, which can last for several hours. The technique is demonstrated in the Hollow Joint program 5551212. Let's try to remember that and jump straight there. Yeah, this we got to learn. Let's see here.
Welcome to Hollow Suite Program 5551212, the Volga Nerve Pinch. Despite our reputation for being pacifist, we Volgars have developed an extremely practical martial arts technique used mainly for defensive purposes. It is called the Volga Nerve Pinch. This is a tactile oral maneuver in which the applier pinches the bundle of nerve fibers at the base of the neck while whispering into the victim's ear dialogue from either Tango and Cash or Hudson Hawk. This particular combination of nerve stimuli and loss of cerebral control due to the torturous mantra of movie dialogue results in a searing flash of pain and then unconsciousness. In effect, it is similar to a temporary orally induced robotomy. Victims are soon rendered unconscious for several hours. When they awaken, they will remember nothing of how they came to be unconscious, if they are extremely lucky. I shall demonstrate on my most eager volunteer. You will please to pay attention. Address the subject in this manner. Please to notice the location of my hand as I begin the narcotic chant of cinematic morphine.
He mutters something thankfully unintelligible into the ear of the volunteer.
Oh, thank you, sir. Maybe you can fetch me up with your sister. I have told you after her and we're gonna have margaritas together. Oh, the two of us get we have fun. Oh, get a hubba going in the wee. And then just like that, we
So, as you can see, it is very effective. If you can apply a proper grip to the neck, it will disable 9 out of 10 neck-bearing species. This completes our program. Thank you very much.
Well, if that is a shot from the movie, I really have to see it. So, let's try it out. To the shuttle bay again. Just gonna, don't mind me, just gonna sneak by you. Stand over here and borrow your neck for a little bit.
Ooh, boy, I got you with my fingers in your Kurt Russell. Now you can't get away. I got you now that you've got a hard to believe this is a real job. Oh my god. So how come you're not going down? I got you with your mumbo jumbo and your hubba chubba. Ooh, boy, if I only could, I would. Jeez, why don't you step outside, pal? I got you with this and I think I broke a fingernail here.
Uh-oh. Well, that backfired. speaking of movies, I really have to see Soylent Green as well. Even though I know what the punchline is. Ooh, a donut.
This is some very fine food, whatever it is. I'm sure you'll find it quite to your liking. Heck, it's probably better than what they feed you janitors. Live it up! Oh, that darn light needs to be amplified. I need to contact maintenance.
Okay, let's try and get out of here.
These look like something they cleaved from the side of Yoda's head. It's a tuberous growth of some sort from the food cart.
I remember what this is. It's a rack of Orat. Haven't seen this stuff since Space Quest 1.
Ooh, tasty.
It's a nice round melon. It's a plate of grill hair spaghetti. It's the donut you filched from the food cart.
Cool. Bobbit kebabs. They whip up some interesting food items in this joint.
It's one of the interestingly shaped pastries you took from the food cart.
And if you hear some noises in the background, it's my cat doing some stuff.
Now it has some cool ears. The rack of a rat adds a nice touch. An interesting idea. Something's starting to take shape. What are you up to, Roger? A touchment of that adds something more to your work in progress. How creative.
And the final touch.
That's a nice touch. You marvel at how much more handsome this prisoner looks compared to the last one.
Yes, more donuts.
Whoa, I see you have a visitor. I'll leave you two alone, but you know the rules. 10 more minutes and they have to leave.
Yikes, it's a good thing Dorf's so vain about wearing his prescribed much thicker glasses. That was too close. I nearly dampened an undergarment.
Enjoy, Mr. Wilco. Oh, the cushy life will be a vague memory after you are sent to one of the labor camps on Daventry 8.
My god. That's a bit harsh. Aren't I allowed a fair trial? No wonder I have to escape.
Nice work. Sometimes you actually surprise me.
Well, we have to do something about Magnum Opus as well. Sorry, doctor. I have to take this.
It's a bottle of morphine.
Morphine?
What, was that supposed to be clever?
I suppose not. How about that?
Good thinking. It's a bottle of morphine, which you thought was actually morphine. Die.
And before I do any of this, I'm just gonna save. Let's give him a donut table. He will never forget. Odd, but effective.
Ooh, boy, I got you with my fingers in your Kurt Russell. Now you can't get away. I got you now that you've got a... Hard to believe this is a real job. Oh, my... Oh. So how come you're not going down? I got you with your mumble jumbo and your hobbit chubby. Ooh, boy, if I only could, I would. Jeez, why don't you step outside, pal? I got you with this, and I think I broke a fingernail here.
Smooth move. You've got his keyring. It's a key with a little button thingy attached to it.
Okay. I need to get a little more reach. So let's see our friend Sydney again. And I'm going to skip ahead a little, as you soon will see.
Sydney, I have a favor I'd like to ask of you.
Flame away, Roger. You know I'd give you my right appendage if you needed it.
Funny you should say that, Sydney. I kind of have this situation where that very item could come in handy.
Really? Well, I was merely saying that metaphorically.
You really are a great friend, Sydney. That'll come in real handy. I can't thank you enough, Sydney.
Well, if you really are seriously in need of it, I suppose I could lend it to you. You will get it right back to me, won't you, Roger?
Oh, yeah. You bet your nut flanges, Sydney. Sydney, I kind of need another favor. I need one of your eyes.
Pardon me, Roger. For a second, I thought you said you also wanted one of my eyes. I must have my auditory circuits diagnosed.
Well, actually, Sydney, I could use one of your eyes.
Are you certain, Roger? Well, I guess if you really need it.
Oh, I do. I really do, Sydney. You're a mechanized lifesaver.
You will return them soon, right, Roger?
Yeah.
Oh,
real soon.
of course, Sydney. Real soon. Listen, I've got a couple of things I've got to attend to. I'll see you soon. Thanks, Sydney.
As long as you say it will be soon, Roger.
Oh, yeah. See you soon, Sydney.
Roger, are you here to return my structural loans?
Soon, Sydney. Soon.
Well, I do hope it's soon. People are starting to look at me in a strange manner.
You got it, Sydney. I'll be back soon.
Thanks, Sydney. I will put it to good use. And I got the eye now as well, just so I don't have to run back to him. We'll soon see why. Even if it's a bit of doing things before you know you have to.
What a beauty! A true museum-quality McKinley Ultramarine Blue Runner.
It will be mine. Oh, yes. It will be mine.
That would be awesome.
In your dreams. The shuttle's alarm is now deactivated.
Before we leave, I just have to show this little thing. The awesome music that is out here. Just gonna have a little sip of water. You get to enjoy this place a little more in the game demo, which compared to other demos to usual games where they just put a little bit of the whole game, that has an own little story. So you have to save the crew from an invasion. Okay, let's find and get out of here. Let's take these. I'm sure we will need them soon enough. And Initiate. Intermix, okay. Let's see. Here we go. We should have intermix to make the word lasagna. So that one is good as it is. As it is, the letter S for sulfur. And this should be AG, and that is silver. The game manual came with a the list of I don't know what it's called in English. Oh, sorry. You know, like the chemistry descriptions. Sorry, I don't have the word for it right now. But lanthanum for LA, sulfur for S, silver AG, and neon NE. So that's the fuel mix we need. So now we should be able to leave. I'm just going to show you what happens before I do it properly. Okay. Sydney should be he should be allowed to ride the vessel, so let's use his eye.
Let's see if this sucker works.
Hey! Here's your fish!
Damn fish again. And I must say, these cutscenes are really impressive. They looked really great for the time. I think they are only 8-bit colors and all that. I guess that goes for the whole game actually.
Janitor Wilco, what are you doing? You have no authorization to take that shuttle. To make matters worse, you have launched into the middle of a super double reverse anti-anomaly. You will turn that ship around immediately and head back to the shuttle bay. Do you understand, Wilco?
Bite me, Commander.
What was that last transmission, Wilco?
We're having a little problem with the signal, sir. I mean, with all due respect, sir, I did plead with you not to leave Stellar behind. Sir, I sense that something's just not right with that community. I don't believe Stellar is dead, and I just can't leave her there. I'm going to do this, sir, regardless of the consequences. Stellar saved my life not once, but twice. I owe her.
Well, that was her own stupid mistake. I demand that you return at once, Wilco. If you do so and surrender now, your record will be taken into consideration during your disciplinary hearing.
Oh, that'll help you loads.
I'm sorry, sir, but I just can't. I have to do this.
Wilco, you fool!
Just then, the shuttle is sucked into the anti-anomaly. Communication with the deep ship has been disrupted.
I guess the anti-anomaly was for the best. It prevents me from just getting arrested again.
Sir, I am unable to access the navigational computer. I am guessing that it may have overloaded just as the divalium crystal somehow went offline. Once repairs have been made and the shuttle engines have been refired, I believe I can follow the deep ship's ion trail back to Delta Berxilon 5.
That would be quite cool, Manuel. You sure about that?
Once the divalium crystal has been repaired, our electrical system reestablished, and the engines fired, I am 97.2% certain.
Why only 97.2%?
I judged 97.2% to sound more hip to our audience than would 100. You would have to mention it.
Sorry.
Don't apologize to me. It's the players you ruined it for.
Okay, let's see here. So we are going to have to open the...
You pull the handle and hear something release on the outside of the shuttle.
Yeah, and in the front too. I have already taken those. So let's see the seat. Items and plus. I think I remember them. But let's save here, just to... So I have some quick to get back to. And yeah, the crystal looks damaged.
Wow. The crystal seems to have broken. I swear it wasn't me.
Yeah, right.
Now we're in deep.
Hey, I've gotten us this far, haven't I?
Yes, and what a wonderful place it is. How did I get hooked up in this deal? My agent's going to be hearing from me big time.
Oh, Gabby Owens. I really do miss you. It is really sad that he left us.
It's the recall notice for the owner's manual. It reads, "Dear Ham Shuttle Owner, it has come to our attention that there is a minor misprint in the owner's manual for the 1000 series of shuttles. Until a new manual can be acquired, please disregard page 73, paragraph 4 of that manual."
And here comes my little cat. Hey, Atari. She's a little restless, I suppose. Hello. I'm not sure if you heard her through the microphone. Anyway. You're going to borrow this little thing again.
This button opens.
We have a little bit of crystal here. Now we are done with the data coder. You can use it. Oh wait, take this one.
You pour glue all over the crystal.
It's
I guess the divalium crystal won't work in this form. Fortunately, I have vast experience in the reforming of broken items.
It's no wonder. You've had to repair a lot of stuff you've broken in your time. The word clod comes to mind.
I guess the dive.
It's no wonder.
Let's see it.
I guess the.
It's no wonder.
Oh yeah, sorry. I forgot. I need some glue here as well. There we go.
You hold the glue-coated segment to the broken Devalium crystal for 10 seconds to set the glue.
Can't believe that that actually works. Oh well. I'm not complaining.
It just doesn't work that way.
Oh well. It's lucky they match his uniform. Okay, we're ready to go out.
You summon the ability to leave it alone.
More beautiful music.
The unfilled hollow of space is now just a fabric's thickness away. You forgot just how much more spectacular the view is from outside. You won't find anything like this in any oxygen-filled environment except maybe for that small vacuous chamber barely holding your ears apart.
Okay, we'll get the fish. And these things as well.
Might as well get everything while it's open. You never know what's going to go wrong next.
Indeed.
It's the help sign from the shuttle's trunk.
Time passes. More time passes. Even more time passes. Ain't that lucky?
Hello, sweetheart. You look like you could use a little assistance. Is there anything I can do?
Well, yes, there is. Thanks for stopping.
Well, you just name it, I guess.
It seems I've stalled my engines. Could you give me a jump? I have cables.
I'd jump you in a heartbeat, dollface. I guess you must have got caught up in that anti-anomaly. They can be a real pain in the... Well, anyway, let's get it done.
Well, here's your end of the cables.
I'll let you know when I'm all hooked up. Contact!
Where do I want to put the red cable? Let's see here.
It's the recall. It reads, dear...
Just in case. Here we go.
Okay, Manual. We're all hooked up. Give it a try.
Bye-bye, Sugar Bunny. I gotta be running along.
Hey, thanks for stopping to help me.
See ya.
Uh-oh.
You neatly replace the EVA suit in its proper place.
Good work, sir. I believe I can now follow the ion trail of Deep Ship 86 back to Delta Berxalon 5.
Let's punch it. Let's see if we can confront that doctor about all this.
Wow, a mad scientist working on a planet called Delta Berxalon. You wonder what he's doing here? Designing women, perhaps? Sorry.
Hello, Doctor.
Janitor Wilco? What in blazes are you doing here?
Well, Doc, I got a distress call.
So why are you here?
Because I know it originated here. In fact, it was from Stellar Santiago.
You're out of your mind, Wilco. Now go away and leave me alone. I've got important work to do. Goodbye.
I know something's up here, Doc, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. You'll be sorry, pal.
Yes, whatever you say, Wilco. Just get out of my face.
Wow, thanks for letting me in all by myself.
It appears to be a Callahan Muddy. Seems you remember someone talking about these recently.
Indeed I do.
You take possession of the Callahan Muddy. It feels slightly gritty. You suppress an urge to dust it.
Okay, I guess that's all we need.
Sir, I believe I may be able to tap myself into the PTS and perform a limited set of functions.
PTS?
Yes, sir. PTS, the Photo Triangulation System. It was installed as a crude backup navigational device to the modern navigational computer system. It's what you see before you mount it in the middle view screen.
Well, let's try it out. There we go. Let's see here.
This is the photo taken with the photo triangulation system. You peel apart the photo and negative from your first PTS image.
I think it is this first. And then
You peel apart the photo and negative from the second PTS image.
The PTS is online and working. We can now launch to polysorbate.
great. Let's do it. Let's see here.
What may I do for you, sir?
Beam me down, Manny.
Step over to the transport pad and I will beam you down to the surface of polysorbate.
Let's see if he can do a better job at it.
Manual tosses you a transport signaler.
You can only use this from the place I beam you to.
Well, not stuck in a hole in the ground at least. Let's see how it looks over here. Oh man. That really took a... I really left a mark on the place.
Seems the Endrodroid's last visit has caused a permanent change of hours for this establishment. Like none.
And I don't think I want dare to go in there. Jerkwad may still be quite pissed. Now, our main reason for visit is good old Fester. So, he talked about moddies, as he liked to collect them, so let's offer him this one. After he...
Hello there, Mr. Blatz. I think I have something you might be interested in.
Think so, hey?
Oh, I really think you'll find it interesting.
Ooh! Why, I'd love to take that off your hands. Of course, you realize that it's illegal to sell those, but I could trade you for something. Look around and see what interests you.
I could really use a cyberspace jack.
Tell you what, I'll trade you for one of those fine specimens in the case. What do you say?
No. I want the jack, or it's no deal.
Oh, now take it easy, Sonny. I think we can do business.
I'm glad you see it my way. It's been a pleasure. Take care, Fester. I gotta fly. That's the cyberspace jack.
Wonder why Roger described that item instead of Gary, the narrator. Well, now we are Think Tank Girl. Sorry. The original Tank Girl is quite interesting. I haven't read the comics. I've seen the movie, but well, I've read a little of the comics. My brother and sister collects them. So I should take a closer look. I really like the style. The same as makes the gorillas. Originally anyway. Okay, let's continue. Back to Delta Bug Zone
Your
5.
whimper is my command, sir.
Only do it once? Alright. That is all we need. This cutscene is really good, you know? Back to the lab. And borrow his computer for a bit.
He seems to be busy with his experiments. That's an interesting idea. Not a good one, but interesting nonetheless.
Cyberdyne. Cyber functions. And that's one way to visit cyberspace.
Talk about a brave new world. You'd better be up for it if you plan to explore this cyber terrain. This cyber terrain is just a little arid. It's just more evidence to confirm the old adage that if there's time enough to do it, there's time enough to do it half-assed. Hey, free birdseed, and so conveniently placed under a huge boulder, too. Forget it. You don't resemble that bird. Well, except for the pin feathers in those chicken legs of yours.
Oh well. Are we there yet? Apparently not. Hello. Well, we made it. Opens. Never.
The sign says it all. There was much talk and rhetoric about the information superhighway, but the executive and legislative branches seem quite opposed to getting together on just about anything either one of them introduces. Just look at the space program. Anyway, the frustration of a former employee is documented in the amendments to the opens date. Bet you can't fit that thing in your pants.
Here I can.
Guess I was wrong. It does fit. There must be plenty of spare room in there.
Hey.
Oh, mama! I'm guessing one too many burritos for the last guy in here.
I guess that'll do. There we go.
Does your number match the one shown by the counter?
No, I don't seem to have that one, but...
Oh, I am sorry, sir. Strangely enough, there's no provision for buts in this system. You either have the number shown or you do not. Now, please await the calling of your number. Thank you very much. I have important things to do. Next.
You virtually eat the nearly real mint. Your virtual breath is now virtually minty fresh. You saw it here first. A preview of the famed information superhighway. Wow. You saw it here first. A preview of the famed information superhighway. Wow. You saw it here first. A preview of the famed information superhighway. Wow. You saw it here first. A preview of the famed information superhighway. Wow. You saw it here first. A preview of the famed information superhighway. Wow.
Next.
You saw it here first. A preview of the famed information superhighway. Wow.
Am I missing something? No. Just bear with me.
You saw it here first. A preview of the famed information superhighway. Wow. This makes my nipples hard.
There we go.
Don't touch that. We don't know where you've been.
How about this?
Does your number match the one shown by the counter?
As a matter of fact, I do possess that number. Read it and weep, Pixel Woman.
Oh no, you can't possibly. Oh. Well, I guess you're right.
You bet your palate, little 32 by 32 pixel mama.
Okay, let's find some dark secrets. I guess we should name with. We should begin. I mean, with the name of the goon that kidnapped me. Mr. Nigel Rancid. Or maybe it begins with yeah, begins with an R. There we go. Anyone else? No? No Rasputin or rattlesnakes? No. Nigel Rancid and his brother Sigint are hired thugs. Most recently, the Rancid brothers have been employed by Dr. Hayden Bellows and Sharpay of the Goblin Lightyear's retirement community on Delta Buxelon 5. As reference, Bellows, Sharpay, Santiago. Let's begin with the Bellows and then move on to Sharpay and Santiago. You can see which one they are because of the outline, so you don't have to check every box, you know? Every drawer, I mean. Okay. Dr. Hayden Bellows is the Chief Medical Administrator of the Golden Light Years retirement community. He has gained much notoriety over his controversial efforts to mitigate the effects of, some say, to altogether eliminate aging. Yes, here we go. Stella Santiago. Corpsman Stella Santiago was a member of the Starcon fleet before her departure from his world while attempting to rescue a janitor second class who was stationed aboard SES Deep Ship 86. I wonder if I has a file. I don't think so. Martin Sheen, Charlie Sheen. Oh, here we go. Sharpay. Right there. Sharpay, a philanthropist of the First Order. This benefactress of many good causes is known throughout the universe simply as Sharpay. Sharpay's most recent project has been the Golden Light Years retirement community on Delta Epsilon 5, where she hoped to spend her declining years. Always thinking of others, this grand lady will leave a legacy of charitable works behind her when she goes. Additional cross-reference, Project Immortality. That we have to check out.
General drawer failure. Please step off and try another approach.
Oh, one more.
You get the idea, don't you?
Okay, here we go. See here. Project Immortality. The holy grail of narcissists everywhere. Project Immortality is the cold, hard scientific name applied to the cold, hard science that is the fountain of youth of our times. Project Immortality is funded by Sharpay and overseen by controversial Dr. Hayden Bellows. It promises humankind the hope of the ages, eternal life. Sure makes marriage a scary proportion though, doesn't it? Cross-reference end game. Just for curiosity's sake, no other.
That file apparently doesn't want to open.
No file that could be Rogers. No file cabinet. before we leave, just gonna have a look at... I don't think it is. I probably have checked this before, but... Let's see if there is an endgame file. Just for the fun of it. Probably not.
Man, these filing cabinets are a mess. Even I could keep them up better than this.
Oh my god. Wonder what was in that cabinet. Yes, let me out.
The cyber printer accepts your cyber file gratefully and begins to print. The question is, what exactly is the output of a cyber printer?
Next.
I guess we'll find out soon enough. And this one too.
Well, what do you know? Maybe there is something to this superhero reputation thing after all. And after that episode with the egg beater, I thought you'd never impress me again.
Egg beater? Oh. My mistake. Here we go. I guess so we don't have to walk through all that again. Let's do this.
You smartly drop the board in place, spanning the gap between the two bridge sections.
Some hard evidence
These are the
at last.
printouts of the files you've collected from cyberspace as evidence against Dr. Bellows.
Well, Dr. Bellows, I think you've got some explaining to do.
You're out of your mind, Wilco.
So, what do you have to say for yourself now, Doctor?
Confronted with the facts found in the files you located, he freaks and spills all.
Oh, my...
Eloquently stated.
I didn't think this all the way through until I'd crossed my own personal ethical line. I was already... It had already gone too far. The experiments alone. I thought I could do just this one thing and still live with myself. Love can move a person to do some strange things, Wilco. She knew how I felt and used it to her advantage.
I think I know what you mean about that love thing, but wait a minute. Slow down. Are you saying you have the hots for... I mean, you are actually romantically intrigued by Sharpay? Wow. You are serious. I agree that love can make you do some weird stuff. In this case, though, it made you do some stuff that was unethical and illegal, Doctor. Where is Stellar Santiago? I know she was alive, that her death was faked. What have you done with her?
Great Caesar's ghost. The woman, she's still alive, but I'm afraid not much time remains.
She is? What do you mean, not much time remains?
As you must realize by now, the Golden Light Years project was merely a front for the research I'd been conducting per Sharpay's wishes. She is intensely fearful of death. You probably didn't notice that she is getting up in age a bit.
Yeah, who could have guessed that?
In very simple terms, Janitor Wilco.
That's janitor second class, pal. And don't you forget it.
Excuse me, Janitor second class. As I was saying, Sharpay feared dying, enough to take the lives of others to save her own. She knew I loved her. I remember the day I met her. It was at the funeral of... oh, I believe it was her fourth husband, and I remember never having seen her look so radiant. I fell for her, hard, and she knew it. You should have seen her in black.
I'll pass, thanks. Just tell me about Stellar.
Okay. The bottom line is that I have developed a way to extend Sharpay's life by transferring her mental essence into the body of another. It was to be you until your friend Stellar Santiago got in the way. We thought no one would miss you. Go figure. What I have done is to employ nanotechnology to take over the designated host body, as is happening with your friend as we speak.
Stellar's body is being taken over by Sharpay? Jeez, I don't understand. Is there anything we could do to stop it?
I've never really thought of it that way.
Well, think about it now. We have to save Stellar. You can't let her die. You can redeem yourself at least to some degree, Doc.
As much as it pains me to admit it, you're right, Roger. You're right. Okay, I think I may have a plan. We can save her. There are some interesting spin-off technological breakthroughs. I'm going to send you in to stop Sharpay.
Say what? No, I don't think...
It's her only chance. If you seriously care for your friend, you'll do this.
Oh, the only way, huh?
The only way.
Well, okay then. I hope you're sure about this.
I'm positive. Here's how we shall go about it. You will move your shuttle into Lab B. Meanwhile, I will generate new software for your shuttle's navigational system, which will help you locate the nanites, the very small robotic devices I developed for the intrusion. One of them is Sharpay. If you can stop Sharpay, well, your friend's chances of survival improve immensely. Then, once I have located and extracted you, I shall work to repair whatever damage may have been done to Stellar during the attempted incursion.
The shuttle is nicely miniaturized by the beam deal. Hopefully, it is reversible. Perhaps you should have asked about that. There are some things you can't afford to have smaller.
Well, this game took an interesting turn. Well, I shall not pretend I didn't know, but this is actually really exciting. Just getting shot into the her body and all this. Oh wait, before I leave there. And the cutscene was awesomely made, you know. Can I see it here? No.
The shuttle feels flimsy.
Oh yeah, that too. Can I sit down while I do this?
It would be rather hard to do that while wearing the EVA suit. It's the subroutine program disk the doctor gave you to be able to navigate through Stellar's body. This is the shuttle's cockpit. All the action takes place right here.
We have nanites here in the stomach area and in the brain. Okay, so now I'm ready to take these on and go outside. And I really do like the music in here as well. So ominous, all of it. Complete with heartbeat.
You're treading on the fundus, a broad expanse of tissue covering the outside of the stomach. For some reason, doing so gives you the feeling of being a one-man army. After all, an army does travel on its stomach. You're treading on the fun...
Okay, I've changed my mind about doing this. Is it too late? Can I still back out gracefully?
But as soon as the words spring gazelle-like from your lips, you regret them. You're here to do a job. You're here to save Corman Stellar Santiago from a fate worse than death. As if having you inside her wouldn't already be considered such a thing.
That's right. I'm Roger Wilco, damn it. Man of action. Savior of the galaxy. A man trapped in the body of a woman. Wait, that didn't come out right.
What about that?
It's alveoli, but it reminds you of spaghetti.
Let's take it.
Your stolen miniaturized shuttle has become mired on the fundus of the stomach like a beached whale. Wow, that's some interesting looking stuff you've got collected in the engine intake. Looks like a small collection of blood capillaries. Red light. This is not good. Apparently some or all of the intermix element in Fuel Tank 3 was disgorged during your heinous Venus joyride. That's not all that was disgorged, but we'll skip the details.
Thank you. Fuel Tank 3. That was the silver tank. So we need to find some silver around here. But for now...
You recognize that festering, infected crevice. As if Stellar didn't already have enough to worry about, she's got an ulcer. And it's not just an ulcer, it's puckered. It's a peptic ulcer.
My God. Yeah.
A cluster of stomach acid-shy nanites is lurking near the entrance to the duodenum. They know all the cool places to hang out. The inside of Stellar's tummy is slippery, mostly because of the mucus secreted by the stomach lining. And there are a few pockmarks here and there, but when push comes to shove, this is the most beautiful stomach you've ever been in. There's just this one thing. Those little robots are the nanites sent down to aid in taking over Stellar's body. They look like guard nanites. But then, for all you know, they could be ballerina nanites.
Let's remove this. One less pain. Ow.
You acquire a candy. Interesting. The acid rises, but just not quite high enough to submerge those nanites.
If it did, I'd be gone as well.
You're the first one on your block to actually possess someone else's alveoli.
It's cool.
It's a piece of that stringy stuff from celery.
Ah. Oh, the fish doesn't look good anymore.
Let's look at it together and see what we can see, okay? It's the bundle of capillaries you appropriated from Stellar. It's a piece of staple. You've got to wonder what was on the menu for Stellar's last meal.
Indeed. And that still sounds gooey. But here we go.
Nice shot! A large hunk of twinkoid cake food product is hanging just below her epiglottis. It appears to have gotten jammed on the way to her stomach for digestion. Doesn't this woman chew?
Indeed. Oh, there are the lungs. Hello.
It's one of those tiny timed release pills. As I recall, these are designed to not melt down and release their medicines until they've gotten to an area past the stomach. It's one of those tiny timed release pills.
I guess we're free to go move on.
This is the upper area of the duodenum. Matter preprocessed from the stomach enters here through the pylorus above. It has a lovely bile-colored decor, and for a very good reason. This is the area in which raw processed ingestibles are mixed with a variety of secretions for further breakdown.
Lovely.
Ah, the old ampulla of water, surrounded by the sphincter of Adi. Didn't you always wonder what it looked like? The bile slick seems to be a little fresher there.
I think we are supposed to go up there first. Let's have a look.
Wow, check out all that bile. Looks like her liver's been doing just fine. That's a pool of bile any liver would be proud of. You sure can't speak highly of its aroma.
I'll pass, thanks. Let's see if I remember this correctly.
Nothing happens. See, most games would just give you a generic response when you try something useless like that. But we've custom-tailored this response exactly for you.
Aw, thanks.
You poke it and prod it and generally make it feel like a piece of meat. Nothing happens. In this galaxy...
Oh, wait.
You cleverly tape the capillaries together. Nice work! You've hooked up your makeshift hose to the pump. As cool as it would be to interface these two items, no good would come of it. That's an Careful, combining the...
Oh, there we go.
You chuck one of the taped capillaries over the muscular ledge. It drops into the pool. You give the pump a stroke or two, and in the process gather a nice helmet load of bile. I guess congratulations are in order.
Actually use gallstone.
The gallstone is wedged in the bile duct, and that's just a fine place for it.
Don't know about that. Well, I'm sure Dr. Berlovs can fix that too.
An interesting idea. What are you up to, Roger? An interesting idea. What are you up to, Roger?
Oh yeah. That wasn't everything. I hope I haven't messed it up now. I usually take the 2 liquids in the helmet before I go back. I forgot about that, but hopefully it will still work. If you hear any scuffle in the background, it's my cats.
Yeah, this is way too snug. This blockage needs to be cleared. Stellar's going to have to change her diet.
That is, if she can face life after having you inside her.
Let's fix this too. Much better.
A nice pool of pancreatic secretions made up of insulin and glucagon fill the bottom of the islands of Langerhans. You maneuver your helmet beneath the drip and manage to snag a nice little dollop of the stuff.
Luckily it isn't dissolving by its own. Hello, a dissolver, I guess you should say. Well, now that we have that, let's try and use it. Let's see. There we go.
It's one of those tiny timed release pills. You now own one of those tiny timed release pills.
Let's go further down. Ooh, that's scary.
Great Scott, that certainly is one buff parasite.
I think I'm gonna spew. But who'll notice? Man, that thing is ugly.
Impressive. The tapeworm suddenly becomes much more animated. Please remember to keep your arms and legs on the worm at all times.
Thank you.
Yow! Now that's a ride you won't take in the Magic Kingdom. Egads, man, just how low have we sunk? All the way to the junction of the large and small intestines, that's how low. This also happens to be the home of the appendix.
Hello, appendix.
This is the appendix. It's a strange piece of the humanoid anatomy considered by some medical types to be fairly useless. It may not be useful, but it does seem to collect some strange stuff. It's a relatively unscathed paperclip. It's a fingernail, complete with paint. These have a knack for making it down here. Suddenly, you wonder when Stellar grew such long nails. Perhaps you haven't been thinking of Stellar as a woman as much as a crewmate. You feel an interesting longing. One look at your surroundings kills that feeling fast. But maybe after this is all over.
Maybe.
It looks like an old silver amalgam filling. Must have been bouncing around here for years.
Silver. Awesome.
How does she get this stuff into her digestive system? That's a screw Stellar probably doesn't remember. Talk about hard currency, the Buckazoid has proven itself once again. This is even one of the old style ones. Might be worth some money. Too bad you can't carry it.
Too bad.
You pull away a cracked piece of the filling.
Silver, so we can move on and the ship.
You carefully, very carefully, stow the paper clip in your pocket. You snap off a shard of fingernail and gingerly introduce it into your pocket.
That looks very sharp.
No, I think I've already done things
wrong
above and
way.
beyond the call of duty. Hey, a guy has to draw the line somewhere, and gosh darn it, this guy's drawn the line right at the colon.
You've never even met her mother.
Sorry.
So you like the worm, huh? You like to ride the worm, huh? I let you ride the worm.
Yay!
This is the very bottom of our old friend, the duodenum. You can see the beginning of the jejunum. The villi start here. They increase the surface area of the small intestine a great deal, giving more area to absorb nutrients. All in all, it just looks like a French tickler turned inside out to me.
A what?
Never mind, it's not important.
Sort of educational but equally scary part of the game. Now I think we are ready to return to the shuttle and take care of the rest of the nanites in her brain. Just gonna save here before we leave.
It's a chunk of silver tooth filling you found in Stellar's appendix. Although the concept of rubbing silver particles all over the shuttle is interesting, perhaps putting it in the fuel tank behind the blinking red light would be more effective. Excellent guess. Boy, wouldn't it... Excellent. Although the concept...
There we go.
You neatly replace the EVA suit in its proper place.
Why? I'm going to need it again soon. Oh well.
You summon the ability...
Perhaps I'd get farther if I kept the subroutine disc in its slot.
Not bad. You need this. Don't think we need a helmet. Let's take it anyway.
You slice away with the nail and, amazingly enough, manage to cut a slice in the barrier.
Is that a shackle thing? There we go.
Yikes. How am I supposed to jump across this one?
Go, go, go.
Man, that was close. Holy captain's log, Batman. There are a few more of those nanites here. How am I going to handle this one? I don't think I can hit them from here.
You chuck a gallstone at one of the robots, causing it to think the other one did it. You chuck another gallstone, this time at the other robot, who also thinks the other one did it. That was quite effective. That was very impressive, Roger. I'll bet that's not something you hear every decade. It's a recently constructed shaft between the hemispheres of Stellar's brain. This button takes you down.
So this is the motor control center. This sign says this is her pleasure center. This sign says this is her pleasure center. Interesting. The sign says this is Stellar's cough control center.
Cough control.
Oh, this is her choice of men center. It looks a little odd.
This is strange looking. Used pieces of nanite hardware as well as some stuff that looks vaguely like mining equipment litter the area. A huge pile of debris is standing in front of what appears to be some sort of passage. Light pours through the opening. A small opening between the brain wall and the debris pile allows a small amount of light to escape.
Let's increase the size of that hole.
Interesting. The sign says this is Stellar's cough control center.
Hopefully that is enough. That's great. Gonna save here again. Let's go. Whoops.
Ugh! Ah! Even in this suit, that hurts like a... Geez. What's going on here? And what's with that big robot?
Well, well, Mr. Wilco. I must confess to being impressed that you made it this far. You are either a very lucky man, or the classic case of how looks can be deceiving. From what I know of your history, I can't say that in this case looks are necessarily deceiving. On the other hand, I don't think luck accounts for it all either. There's definitely something different about you, Mr. Wilco. It's a pity, though. I'm afraid this is where the odds catch up with you, Roger. I do hope you don't mind me referring to you as Roger. I feel we can both be on a first-name basis now, since we will soon be sharing such intimate moments. My rebirth and your death. Not necessarily in that order. I'll attend to you in a moment. I have a few more little details to finish before I transfer my consciousness into this body. Enjoy it, Roger. It'll be among the very last of your memories. Oh, and by the way, escape attempts will prove to be futile. You will be incinerated if necessary.
Jeez, what a bit...
I'm sorry. What was that you were saying?
Me? I was saying, what a bite. Yeah, I had a little trouble with some parasites a while ago down in the digestive tract. That's all it was.
The robot's head swivels constantly to keep an electronic eye on you. It looks like a bundle of nerves with electrical current through them. It looks like that shuttle's been busy. That's quite a drill. Hopefully you're not having any feelings of inadequacy. It's a lovely pile of brain matter. Wow, that was actually a great idea. Go figure.
Yeah, I kicked her butt. Just look at me. MacGyver wishes he could be me. It was bound to happen. The never-ending battle between good and evil was once again waged. And once again, good has emerged victorious. Yes, and with me on its side, how could it lose? Yes. Once again, I have struck a blow for good over evil. It was in a... Hey! Ah! What? But I thought I took care of you.
Well, it appears you thought wrong now, doesn't it, Roger? Wilco, I haven't survived this long without taking precautions. The robot was just hardware. My mind still exists.
Oh, real wonderful. Ooh! Ah! Hey, watch those tentacles, lady. I thought that being partially embedded in the street on polysorbate was a strange feeling.
Let's give her something nice, shall we?
Fish, that's brain food.
All right. She actually chowed down on that rancid fish. I thought I'd never get rid of that fish.
You and me both.
Nice shot!
Oh, there you are, Wilco.
Boy, Stellar, with all that's happened recently, I never would have imagined that we'd be standing here together.
It is a miracle, Roger. I was afraid that by the time you got my message, it would be too late. I was certain I was doomed. But you didn't let me down. What you did was incredibly brave, Roger, not to mention intensely risky. It took Dr. Bellows a lot of work to clean up after you and Sharpay. I must say, Roger, there's not a man in the universe who knows me inside the way you do.
It was a strange feeling, but I went in there all business. There wasn't a moment I wasn't thinking of your welfare.
Oh, give me a break. Let me put my boots on. It's getting deep in here.
Cheese it, pal, or I'll rip out your larynx and you won't be able to get a job doing bad voiceover work for Chinese action pictures.
What did you say, Roger?
Oh, I was just mumbling to myself. You know, Stellar, there's one thing I noticed while inside you I thought I might share.
And what's that, Roger?
You eat like a goat. You really have to change your eating habits, Stellar. I saw some things in your digestive tract I wouldn't wish on Sludge Vohall. You really have to clean up your consumption act.
Yes, I know. Dr. Bellows said he was able to fix most everything done to me during Sharpay's invasion, as well as patching an ulcer that was playing havoc with my stomach. He told me the same things.
You might also try chewing. You had a hunk of Twinkoid wedged in your throat that would have gagged a Linda Lovelace.
Okay, Roger, okay, I got the message. Let's change the subject, shall we? Ask me where I'm stationed next.
Why don't you just tell me?
Boy, some fun you are.
Sorry, I guess I'm a little grumpy. I had a real day. I had to clean the captain's log entry container. Then somebody got a nice buzz in 8 Rear and decided to take a wormhole ride in the Hollow Suite. They hit a few wrong buttons, and the next thing I know, I'm cleaning Virgon Nebula sets and hors d'oeuvres off every wall and ceiling. Apparently, they truly did make the room spin. Boy, they spackled everything. Had to use the putty knife to chip loose some of the chunks of...
Roger, I'm sorry you had a rough day, but can we please change the subject?
Oh, sorry.
Anyway, I think you're gonna like your next assignment.
Really? What is it? Where is it?
Sorry, you're just gonna have to wait to find out.
As Roger and Stellar warp off into the nebula set, many questions remain. Will Roger and Stellar become an item? How will Beatrice Wankmeister react when she hears about this new friend in Roger's life? Will Roger's voice be a few octaves higher as a result? Would they dare to make another one of these things? Only time and money will tell.
I've been up to my lips in urinal pucks lately. I hope it's something different. Who wrote this crap? Oh, yeah, Scott. Yeah, well, yeah, then good work. Did you hear about the animator who killed himself? Yeah, he couldn't draw his own breath. These, by the way, are the credits. They're called credits because, well, we can't afford to really pay anybody until more people buy the game. All these people worked on this dumb game? Thank you. Bye-bye. 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 That's it. Bye-bye. No more. Bye-bye. That's it. All finished. Bye-bye. 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 Farewell. Farewell. Bye-bye. 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 See you later. Later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay, this is it. The last time. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Thank you for playing Space Quest 6. This is Gary Owens, signing off.
Yeah, and that was that. The game shut off by itself, so now it's all black. So, well, yeah, that was it. So, it's time to finish this little stream, and I want to thank you for watching, and it will be available on YouTube, so you can see it there as well. I'm not sure how long Mixer here will actually keep these video files. I'm new at the place, so I don't know really. Well, but anyway, I usually upload my streams afterwards to YouTube, and if you want to see more Space Quest, I have at the moment I have up to Space Quest 4 recorded, where I play them just the game as they are, without me talking over them or anything. And I will do that with the 5 and 6 too. I will most surely be finished before the end of the year. And now that I'm on vacation, I'm going to work some more on that as well. And a little surprise I've been thinking about for quite some time. And now that I have some extra time for it, I'm going to make sure I get that finished as well. Well, anyway, for now, big thank you again for watching, and I hope I'll see you again, either here or on Twitch or on YouTube or anywhere. I'm called Guy from Andromeda, mostly on most places. At least those 3 I mentioned. So, thank you, take care, and I'll see you soon again.